it's gonna take years for this to go away.
It's probably close to $60,000.
University of Massachusetts being a destination of choice for who?
It's like dream crushing.
Don't care what happens to me anymore.
Between $70,000 and $100,000.
The emotion that I feel often is like guilt.
My name is Kelly McGowan. I am a senior at UMass Amherst. I'm from Andover, Massachusetts. I have been going to school on and off, part-time, full-time, for 7 years. This is my senior year. I will be graduating this semester. My debt is between $70,000 and $100,000 I'm in debt. My loans are just shy of $900 a month. In order to pay for that, I spend 90% of my time that I'm not doing schoolwork or in class, working, waitressing. New order, special request. Other than yoga, my hands down favorite activity, it grounds me. Work is like my savior usually. It's like the most relaxed I am able to be, even though it's a pretty highly stressful environment. I'd say waitressing is usually pretty stressful. It's quick, fast paced. I make about just shy of $1,000 every month. $450 goes to school, $350 goes to rent, $100 goes to bills. Whatever's left over usually feeds me. It has been a roller coaster of a ride. I have absolutely loved the learning, educational aspect, the financial aspects, and the frustrations I have met from the institutions that I have attended has been less than enjoyable. How I feel about it, I'm not so sure because I don't spend much time thinking about how I feel about it, because when I think about it and how I feel about it, it's hard not to fall apart because I don't like living this way, and that's all I know. All I know is that as important as education is to me, it's also important to be mentally and physically and emotionally sound. And this isn't that.
I'm Michael McCormick. I study economics and political science here at UMass, and I'm originally from Seekonk, Massachusetts. The whole debt thing hit me when I started studying economics. So it was probably not until my sophomore year that I realized this is a national problem. Before that, I was just like, yeah, whatever, I'll deal with it later. So I think all told, it's probably close to $60,000. I looked at the $23,000 price tag, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to go to graduate school. It's like dream crushing, you know what I mean? Like, just that it made me confront my dreams. So the job I want isn't going to pay off my debt. That's the other thing that I've had to grasp. By the end of this, I may have to get a job where I hate myself, you know, like a rat race sort of job, working at a big bank as an economics major or something like that. Right now, I try not to think about the debt I have. I just kind of focus on paying rent and going to school and getting decent grades and sort of focusing on my future without having the debt on, heaped on top of me. Parents ask me how I'm going to deal with it all the time, but it's hard to communicate to them how bad it is. I just think of my brother going to school in a few years, and it'll be worse for him than it was for me. There is an alternative to just, being alone with all this debt. We could deal with this issue by coming together.
I'm Kat. I am a senior social thought and political economy major. I'm a student here. I am involved in campus on a couple different capacities as an intern with Phenom and as secretary of the Theater Guild on campus. I'm from New London, Connecticut, so I'm out of state, so I have to pay a little bit more than everybody else. And I think my debt is somewhere around $70,000. I guess I didn't really fully grasp the concept of loans. The money wasn't really a huge focal point for me because my parents were very encouraging and they said you can go to whatever college you want to. It's making me realize, that it's gonna take years for this to go away. And I mean, it's not to say that I, regret my college experience and having to pay as much as I did. I regret having to pay as much as I did. But I don't regret going to college. I just regret the fact that there's certain steps you have to take in order to get this education. You kind of have to work through a system that doesn't always want to directly benefit you. It makes me nervous in the sense that I'm coming out of a major that's very focused on social justice, which is great, and I love what I've learned, but it's going to be a problem when I get out into the real world and I'm going to have to work maybe 2-3 jobs at a time in order to make that monthly payment. It's tough because a lot of the time I feel like I've put myself into this position. It's, I guess, another emotion that I feel often is guilt. Because, I've gotten an education, but at what cost? And, what is that going to mean for my future? I feel like education shouldn't be this struggle of who can pay the most money to get the best education. If it's the best education, then shouldn't it be available to everyone?
If I would have known what I know now, I probably would not have gone to a 4-year university. My name is Preston Davis. I am a third year here, technically a junior. I am from Charlotte, North Carolina, so I'm an out-of-state student. I'm also an English and sociology major, double major. I'm the president of the Black Student Union. I'm also the Outreach and Communications Director for the Center of Education Policy and Advocacy. I would say to kind of calculate the total costs that will basically be thrown on to me once I graduate here, I would say $100,000. The way I managed the amount of debt I had is basically to not think about it. We're in college, so that the loans don't really matter right now. It's gonna hit us when we leave college. It really hit me that maybe I should have reconsidered. Maybe there was something else I could do. There's something I could be doing right now to help, which made me, apply for all these jobs that I have. I currently have 4 jobs on campus to help my parents out a bit.
I actually have a question. But yeah,
take more comments.
Yeah, sure. The University of Massachusetts being a destination of choice for who? Is what I'm asking. At this point, I have lost, I guess, caring about myself. I don't care what happens to me anymore, which is why I work so hard in all of these extracurricular things other than academics, because the fact of the matter is you can get an education anywhere. I will be applying to Teach for America for next year. It is a 2-year program which offers loan deferment, and then once Teach for America is done, I was thinking something in government. That's why I'm as politically involved on this campus as I am, just to train myself as much as possible before I get into the real world.